Right. Surprise everybody, including myself, that I was ready for the timer to hit 0 this time, and we're here. How's it going, everybody? Week 6 is upon us here at Downshift. Last night we had a street stock race that I unfortunately didn't get the chance to stream, but we had, trying to think now. Oh, it was Brian Beeman ended up coming away with the victory there. Pretty darn good race at Thompson. This week, ARCA heads over to Charlotte Motor Speedway, or not Charlotte, I'm sorry, Michigan. Jeez, already throwing. Got here. Definitely. Great racing tonight here at Michigan. Familiar faces out there on the track tonight. iRacing has chosen the Leighton first. They'll show us Mr. William White secondly. Hopping back out on the track here. The drivers have about 5 minutes or so till the driver's briefing, so we'll go ahead and let everybody know. Hey, drivers, you have about 5 or 4 minutes or so left till the driver's briefing. About 4 minutes till driver's briefing. We got in the field tonight. So we got Corey Abbott, Leighton Norgard, William White, Brian Beeman, Thornton Thomas, Robert Gray, Will Rempe, Emily Mather, Wayne Ruprack, Ben Miller, and Sean Ryan in our field tonight. Oh, Leighton had a emergency stop pit entry there in practice. 11 drivers so far tonight. Which should be fun. Michigan's a great track. I'm looking forward to what these guys can do tonight out here. Last season, I completely missed race last season. I wasn't even around to do race control for it or anything. And I heard the guys had a really fun time. So hoping that that is repeated this season. Hey, what's up, Corey? Hey, aren't you out there driving? Orton's car being shown off here is crazy. And I kid you not, because I was there when he talked about the paint, quote, I just want my car to stand out. Oh, Sean getting super loose. Great save, though. That's one way to warm the tires up for the 9 machine. You never tell with those boys if that's on purpose. Ben Miller's backwards hits as well. Sean yet to actually put lap time the track as Thornton's taking an emergency pit entrance as well. A couple emergency pits out of these guys tonight so far. I suppose I should actually turn the audio on so you guys can hear it. How does that sound? There you go. There's race car noises. I love it, man. Till our driver's briefing. Jump in there and chit chat with the guys for a little bit about what goes on here at Michigan. General chat jokes going on that's got my head wrapped around possible different ways to pronounce. And I apologize for the yawning tonight. I was really good up until the stream started. I have some ginger ale in front of me here, hopefully kicking me in the butt. Gonna wake up a little bit here. winding down here and has now just hit 8 o'clock. So we'll go ahead and give the announcement. All right, drivers, it is now 8 o'clock. Please bring your hot rods down to pit road so that we can get this driver's briefing started. Thank you so much. Corey, that was sick as hell.
What did I do?
Somehow didn't hit the wall when you did all that. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah, I meant to do that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Brian, coming down pit road here. I'll check around to see if I've got any stragglers out there. No, I think Brian's the last one to bring it in. 6, 7, 8. Right. So 11 drivers in the field tonight. I have 8 of them in my race control driver's briefing chat here. So you guys seen? I'm missing. Hey guys, that's everybody. I got 11. I count 11. Math is hard, but I think we're there, so we're good. Welcome to week 6 of ARCA. I think those are the cars you're in, right? Yeah, you guys checked, right? Yeah, okay, good. Um, so this week we're at Michigan. This was a really fun race. I've heard from a lot of folks that were there last season. So I'm hoping that it's also as much of a blast this season for you guys. Because I don't think I was there last season. Away, something. But forward to seeing all the on-track stuff tonight. Um, Again, I really don't have. I mean, we've got all familiar faces here. Good to see you back, Thornton. Anybody else who coming along? Wayne, glad you could make it tonight. Folks that are in and out. Got a field of 11 tonight, looking pretty stout. Yeah, does anybody have any questions for me regarding tonight's event? Oh, sir.
It is dumb, but just wanted to clarify use of the apron on your qualifying lap is a white line, not a double yellow. Can you go down there?
So, and this is the rule I made for Daytona earlier this season too, so I'll say it again. I am not going to go through the effort of reviewing all of the footage. So if iRacing is going to let you do it, I'm not going to stop iRacing. So I don't have time to go through everybody's qualifying when there's 11 of you, regardless 22 or something like that. So I say if it accounts the lap, then it's good.
Okay.
Okay. Question though. Thanks, Sean. I'll clarify for anybody else. So what he had said was, is the use of the apron good in the tri-oval there? I would say yes. I'm not going to stop you. So, uh, yeah, get your couple tenths or whatever you need. All good. Maybe it's not a couple tenths. I hope it's not a couple thousandths, maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. If I see anybody running 2 tires in the grass, I'm going to laugh at you, though, because you'll never make the turns. Anyways, anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? The fact that we now have 2 people who Discord logos resemble cats and Thornton's is apparently driving. That one up? Okay. Else has any questions, then I will advance this along to qualifying. You guys can hop out of here, and good luck out there tonight. Thanks, guys. Quiet bunch tonight. Try to be as entertaining as possible while yawning and sounding like I'm not bored. Because I'm not. I'm just yawning and I can't stop. Anyways, go ahead and advance our session here. For anybody interested in the race control aspect, hey Cole. All of the buttons are mappable, like Cole did last season. Do a lot of things on hotkeys, little chat functions and everything. Make things a lot easier. I am simply so stubborn and old-fashioned that I always just right-click the helmet, do the thing. Literally to my own detriment. Track needs a TV mixed. Qualifying getting started here. Understand that you'll only ever see one car at a time. That is because these guys are all in their own instances, meaning they don't see each other. They're not there for each other. They're all driving by themselves at the same time. Given 2 laps. Oh, Will gets a little sideways. Oh, Sean is too. Oh, man. It is so slippery. Wow. That is super, super slippery. Like a Leighton is going to get off just clean, just fine. Rempy's getting going. Sean Ryan, attempt number 2. No harm, no foul. Pop up our results. I don't know if anybody, I don't think got a lap in yet. No. Well, you look like you're turning right more than you're turning left in that corner, bud. That's Brian, I'm sorry. I always get the Natty Light cars backwards. And Will's don't even run in a Natty Light car this week. He's Valvoline. He has been for quite some time. You have a couple times coming in now as we see Leighton Norgard posting a 39.678. Brian Beeman 39.838. AR12 at the moment. Bob Gray getting going and really cool looking. He always has such cool paint jobs. We're going to have to take a look at that 21 machine. Actually, he's the 8. I'm sorry, the rest of the season. It's got a 21 stamped on the side there, but he's on the scoreboard officially 8, and I think that was something I was supposed to change back after his memorial car for Devin last week, and I forgot because I'm a really good admin. So that is a sharp, sharp, sharp looking Air Force 21 car. As we see our scoreboards, Bob jumps to 3rd with a 39.757, but Corey Abbott up to 1st, 39.603. Dana Leighton, I didn't want you to be alone up there, so I figured I'd come give you some company. Now Sean goes into 3rd with a 39.717. A few other folks down towards the bottom. Ben Miller, Will Rempe, and Wayne Ruprack all posting low 40s. And still within a second over the course of 40. That's darn close lap times, guys, especially without any draft to help pull them along. So we might have some pretty good pack racing tonight. Excited. Thornton's failing to put a time in. Still. Go ahead and if he's actually not getting false positives, but he's still got 2 laps to clock. If he wants them. Rempe's got his 2 in. Wayne's got his 2 in. Emily's working on her second one currently. We'll take a look as her number 3 Taco Bell machine comes across the line. Slightly worse than the first lap, so she will use the 40.019. It's her qualifying time tonight. Ben Miller is done. Ryan Beeman, Robert Gray, Sean Ryan is his way, I swear. My goodness. You love to see it. You really do. And by that I mean you hate to see it. First off, I don't know what's happening. Second off, I still don't know what's happening. That doesn't look like that's what that's supposed to do. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, further on up the list here. But White's parked and done. Leighton's parked and done. Corey looks like he's just continuing to get practice laps in while Thornton attempts to get his laps logged in. Thornton's only got about 30 seconds left here. Really struggling with the looseness of the car around the corners. As you see, he's very, very sideways Or at least looks like he's sideways there. Right on board with him for about the 30 seconds or so that we do have. 39.6! Gets to P2! On a blazing lap, but it's so unfortunate he's not going to have enough time for a second one. It's so unfortunate. Oh, that is such a bummer. Wow. What a great lap on his first go, though. I mean, I don't know how many attempts it took him to get to that, but that's awesome. Right. Look at all, that's so cool. All the cars idling on the 45 here. That's cool that they still do that. Alright guys, qualifying looked like a lot of fun, maybe a little loose, so hopefully we give ourselves a lap or two to let some get into those tires, but you guys have a great time out there. I hope you guys have a blast.
Nah, they're good. They're driving good.
Alright, DW.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. I gotta eat my mac and cheese.
So, get to take a further look at this paint scheme that Bob's got on his car here. If he was in chat, he'd probably tell me all about it. So, future Bob, when you're watching this replay back, definitely feel free to continue to DM me in Discord information about these cars, because I freaking love how there's literally 30 million paint schemes that I've never seen before.
Guys, don't forget you don't have to follow pit road speed.
Bob's doing a bit of a laggy dance there, but I think he's over it for the moment. Good, TV2 is going to roll these guys off, get them out on the track. So we'll take us through the field here, check our lineup. So on the poles, the number 7 machine of Corey Abbott, hurriedly finishing his mac and cheese as the race gets going. We're all professional here. P2, Thornton Thomas, and that hard to miss number 64 Color Explosion machine. Number 12 of Leighton Norgard starts in P3 with William White to his outside in P4, and Silver Bullet 43. Third row inside P5, Sean Ryan, the number 9 White Hot Rod. P6, Robert Gray in that Air Force car that we've talked about. P7, Brian Beeman. P8, Ben Miller in the 31. P9, Lee Mather. William Rempe. P10, and Wayne Ruprecht's running out the field tonight in the 71 Napa machine, and P11. Go ahead and TV3 cameras on here and try to see. Capture it pretty well. What's one look like?
Green flag, green flag.
Corey is away. Excellent jump from the 7 machine. He is now very commandedly so in the lead at the moment, with the Leighton, Thornton, 2 wide behind them. 2 wide action further back in the field as well. Thornton still holding on to that outside position on a Leighton at the moment. Folks heading there to the back. Bob was still blinking just a little bit. Hopefully that clears up. Hate it when the internet messes with your race. You wish it would just work, dang it. He doesn't seem all that bad, maybe every once in a while. Corey has a pretty gosh darn big lead so far as we come to the line. He's going to be 7/10 of a second ahead already. Thornton and Leighton still 2 wide. Second. Bill White and Sean Ryan sitting there ready to strike. Could even go 2 by 2 there if Sean goes to the outside. Will's opting to go to the inside with a late and maybe even going to try to give him a little bit of a nudge on the straightaway there. It's dangerous with these cars and how the front bumper is kind of like a wedge. End's kind of up in the air, almost kind of like how a door stop works, except for your door doesn't spin out when you put the wedge underneath it, because that's not how doors work. So, yeah. Leighton is through, though. He is clear, and now it is too wide behind him as Thornton takes to defending the outside. Will White. John Ryan right behind. Got Bob Gray. Ryan Beeman right behind them. A little bit further back, Ben Miller and Emily Mather too wide. Trying to sort out 8th position between the two of them. Will Remp and Wayne Ruprecht hanging out the back. Kind of chilling. It's early, you know. Be all feisty like these boys up front. Big draft time, Cole says. Absolutely, man. Big draft time. Good stuff. On our main battle here. Got these guys super close to each other. At that angle, I guess they weren't actually that close. But Sean Ryan is ready to pounce. He's trying to get the inside away from Will White as Thornton is now clear of the 43 machine, but elects to stick to the bottom as Will may have a run here. Oops. Not 100% certain. Get a nose to the outside of the 64 car. I believe he is going to. Maybe wide, so what I'd like to do is hop on board with Bob Gray. Let's jump in Bob's passenger seat if he'll allow us here. Jump on the gyro cam so we can take a look at how awesome this looks in front of him. Of course, now they're 2 wide. They almost were 3 wide there for a second, but Sean Ryan working the inside in the white car. Oh, Bob's leaving us. A little bit of lag there, but he's all right. Really cool perspective to see the race from, though, for sure. Almost second best seat in the house, if you will. And it looks like we've sorted it. Single file. That'll be Corey in P1, Leighton in P2, Thornton, P3, Sean Ryan, P4, and Will White says, no, I'm not done. Okay, maybe I am. Going to be P5. We'll look to the inside of the 9 ride there for a minute and decided against it. Said, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to do that on lap 6. 75 laps, of course, be in the distance tonight. Back through our field here just to check out everybody. Wayne in the back. Getting his laps in, doing his thing. A little bit rusty. 100% sure if he had enough time to get some practice in. I'm glad he made it, though, either way. Allow him to stay somewhat connected with the rest of the field. There's 31 machine looking nice and shiny. You blink and you miss it. Looks like Will White did, in fact, get around Sean Ryan. Still now up to P4. Right set now. Thornton Thomas. Leighton is going to try to go catch some of that number 7. Just at the moment, open sails, flying away. At the line, 0.672 seconds ahead of Leighton. We'll go ahead and check that the next time that they cross to get an accurate split for you guys. While that's going on, Will White now looking like he's going to try to size up the inside of Thornton. Thornton kind of trying to make sure that that door, although open, isn't very widely open. Definitely no windows on that door. It is there to the inside, though, but you got to wonder as to why a lot of folks aren't aggressively passing on the bottom. I only think maybe guys that ran these cars here last season know that maybe you burn your tires up on the bottom. I don't know. I didn't run it either, so... But hopefully it doesn't come to bite him in the butt. Now Thornton really wide in that corner, and Sean Ryan has closed the gap. Gonna take another look. These guys are getting racy. up here. What a wonderful battle for P3. Thornton fights back on the outside now. Sean Ryan, Bob Gray are not far off, and don't blink now, but that Natty Light 41 ride's getting closer too. Look towards the front. Leighton is closing the gap on Corey as well. Very invested in that draft. You said 0.6 seconds. Now it's 0.3 last lap, so Leighton is definitely flying. Lots of race left, though. Only 10 laps in. Yeah, a little bit close to the wall there. We'll see what happens. Will is now clear of the madness a little bit, and Thornton outside defending Sean, who is now looking to the inside. Bob Gray's internet continues to play peekaboo with us behind him, which is unfortunate. I'd like to see that car the whole time. It's a nice car to look at, you know? Oh! That was a move. Bob Gray to the inside of the 9 machine. Not expect that. Oh, they are close. Oh, wow. Some tight racing there. Thornton now goes to the apron. Then Sean's going to take it up to the wall, try to get the momentum line. He moves to the outside. I'm sure Leighton is all over. No, Leighton has passed Corey now, so we missed that. But you can only watch one battle at once, so I'm picking the one with more cars. Awesome racing between these guys. Like, Bob almost gave Sean a little push. I don't think he actually did, but that's kind of what it looked like. Oh, and Bob's going to make it 3 wide in the middle. What a move by the 21 car. He held the momentum, and he said, you know what? I am going to do it. Thank you very much, sir. Cross the line. That would have been a cool finish, huh? Sean all the way to the wall now, still holding his position. Oh, and Bob and him make contact. Is Sean going to keep it out of the wall? He is, just barely. They come down, and there's... oh, man. There's Brian. I don't know if Bob thought Sean was going to come down there. I don't know what that was, but it doesn't look like Sean was ready for that. Now Sean going to do the same thing. Sean's going to go 3 wide again. This time to the inside. 41 in the middle. Thornton all the way up top. Brilliant racing between these guys. Sean will lose a little bit of the momentum race there, though, and he is going to fall back slightly as Brian's still to the inside. Leighton has pulled a 2/10 gap over Corey at the front, but I don't think I should pull my eyes off of this. Sorry, Leighton. Sean is now 2 wide with Thornton. Going to send it to the inside here. Try to clear him this corner if he can. Thornton does have draft help up to the top. Sean is going to shut the door, and Thornton's going to shoot to the bottom. Now I do believe Sean has the preferred defensive position, and yep, the shot to the bottom took the momentum away from the 64 ride as he's now going to surrender P6 to Sean. Now going to start working back on Brian, try to get himself back inside the top 5, but for the moment seems to have calmed down slightly, so we can take a look at what's going on up at the front here. So Leighton, multiple laps ago now, has gotten around Corey. He's now sitting pretty out in the front. Corey, though, definitely not letting him get away, sitting there in P2. We'll see. Still 2/10, or if it's a little bit, it's 3/10. It's not a whole lot. Corey might just be sitting there. I don't think Corey's too concerned about fighting for it just yet. Oh, White, P3, he's running some darn good laps too. I wonder how he's doing. 41.5 was his last lap. It's Corey's 1-2, so not 100% certain if Will's making any ground or not. These two up front here. We'll go back a little bit to Bob sitting in 4th. He's looking good. Sean and Brian still trying to sort things out for 5th, though I do wonder if Sean did make any contact with the outside wall, if that has negatively affected his aero at all. It was a heck of a rotation in that corner that he had just to do what he did. Very impressed with that. Bet that he can hold on to it. Else. Orton now falling off a bit, back to P7. Emily Mather is now P8. Ben Miller P9. Wayne Ruprack has gotten up to P10, and William Rempe has fallen all the way back to P11. 40 Valvoline machine. I do love that paint scheme rocking. Right now for a few weeks. I think Jimmy put that one together for him. Love me some old school Mark Martin paints. That one is definitely one of my favorites. Good. Take our eyes off the pace car for the moment. I thread back through our field here. A whole lot else going on. Yeah, Corey's still definitely maintaining a 2/10 gap back to Leighton there. I think they're both just kind of in tire conservation mode. I would hate to play chess against these two guys. These are the two most patient drivers that I know. These guys can sit there and make no facial expressions about it for an entire stint. They don't waver. Brilliant, brilliant oval drivers, both of these guys. It'll be very interesting to see what this race looks like in about 50 laps or so. White running pretty fives. Bob's running a little bit quicker. I think that 21 car thinks it wants itself a podium spot. So he's going to be working on Will, and of course the closer he gets, the more craft he's going to get there. So 6/10 off. About 5/10 off. She's a bit close, so they both fell off to the bit. Single file. Absolutely. Make up time as opposed to when you're fighting. And I think that's 100% why. As soon as the Leighton caught Corey, I bet Corey probably let him go, the most that made sense to at least. And is totally fine with the Leighton pulling him around the track as he's doing right now, because the more fighting you do, as you see some of the guys that ended up making more moves in the beginning now are struggling with their cars. As you remember, Bob kind of showed up towards the end of the scuffle and just kind of shot through everybody. Now he's found himself in fourth, and he's got pace on Will in front of him. So a lot of head games that play oval racing. It's not just cars turning left, although that is the easy, simple way to put it. Hey, what's up, Sheriff? You want Leighton to win here so that you can win over at dirt. Absolutely. That would be a fun time. I mean, you guys are having a great battle in dirt too. Leighton's trying to win just about everything he touches this season. So good for him. Bob is to the back bumper now of the 43 machine as he works to the outside of Will White. He takes a huge chunk out of that lead there in that last lap that he had, and is now to the outside and in a very commanding position. Brian and Sean are slowly catching up to this too wide action as well. As I had said previously, just remember, when you're too wide, you're slow. So these guys are going to be losing ground to Leighton and Corey, getting caught by Sean and Brian this whole time. Don't think it's going to last any longer, as I believe Bob has. Yes, he has cleared Will White by quite a decent amount. Heck of an exit on the outside with a 21 machine. He's flying on corner exit. Sails are set on a 21 ride, and he is flying forward. Be interesting to see what happens here if we get a reset, some tires, what that will do. Going forward as he has a pretty darn big gap to pass, and now Wayne getting around Ben Miller for P9. Wondering if Wayne's tactic of hanging out and being kind to his tires is working. I'm not sure how tidy Ben and Will have been. Their tires seem to be all over the place on the backstretch. And Ben went up towards the wall, and Will went low, and yeah, Kyle went moo, and all that fun stuff. I have no idea. But Thornton really feeling it now as he's all the way back. P8, he has actually surrendered 8th place, or 7th place, I'm sorry, to Emily. He's running 42s. He is struggling right now on those tires. He's in just about every fight. He was too wide. Or I would say the longest of any of the drivers up front. Had that blazing qualifying lap after he could manage to put one together, and now finding himself going the wrong direction. Not great. Oh. Sean even starting to fall off a little bit from Brian Beeman in P5. Brian, though, definitely
Alright, man,
catching...
caution is out. Caution is out.
Uh-oh. Couldn't take a look at... Oh, man. That was a crash. That was pretty darn rough, and that is race cars there. I think Ben definitely got the worst of that. I'm not sure how Wayne fared. Can't be good. That was a pretty hefty front end impact.
Check turn 2.
Hey, not what we want. Oh, Ben Miller's car is completely destroyed. The right front is missing. I think Bill's is as well. Not quite sure how Wayne is faring. He looks okay. Hopefully that was a softer impact for him. Right, driver's caution was caused by contact between 3140 and 71. While in the middle of the corner, the 31 machine drifts down towards the bottom of the track and hooks the right rear of the 40, sending both cars up into the wall in front of the 71, who had no time to react, colliding with the 31 as well. This incident in race control's eyes was caused by the excessive movement of the 31 car down half a lane into the quarter panel of the 40, and as a result, 31 machine will be given an EOL penalty and their first warning for causing the incident. Thank you. Obviously, the EOL penalty more of a formality at this point, but I don't think there was a single car that didn't pit. So, in case you guys were wondering if the tires were important, I'm definitely...
Anyone trying to see what their right front was at?
Bad.
63, 65, 100, and then 76 on the right rear.
68.
Pace car's in 3, guys. Pace car's in 3. Got you, Corey.
Yeah, the fall off here is pretty bad. The tires go. Rim riding around here.
Am I on a different channel?
No, you just got cut off for some reason. I heard it queue up, and then I think Orton or Bob, somebody's queued up at the same time, and they somehow took priority over you.
I think it's because I was transmitting to all drivers, or all teams. I mean. So I was trying to let two people in two different channels speak at once.
I'm not sure there, to be honest. Wayne, how was your damage on that one, bud?
I had about a minute optional.
Not too bad. You definitely lucked out of the 3 on that one for sure. The other 2 are missing a tire, I think.
And an engine.
Boy. Right, well, that was our caution that I think everybody wanted. Front here, at least, a little reprieve on the tires. Score order as it stands. Corey snuck out first. William White got out second. And Leighton's third. Sean Ryan fourth. Bob Gray fifth.
Green flag, green
Emily
flag.
Nather sixth. Thornton, Brian Beeman, and then Wayne Rupak running out the top 9. Now down to 9 cars running after that scuffle. Corey going to get his free break again. Had the best pit stop to the group. I think we've lost Ed Miller for the time being. Walking back to his trailer. He's not thrilled about his performance tonight. Tires went away, unfortunately, and hard to see, right? You can't see. I mean, take it on board with somebody. Who do we want? Anybody in chat? Tell me who to ride on board with. Here's my list. You can't pick Ben and you can't pick Will on the bottom. So who do I ride with for a lap or so? Go ahead and tell me. Wrong way there. Oh. Leighton making a defensive move on Will to the bottom there. Actually worked to the side of Corey. See how this one sorts out. They all duck to the apron. 43, okay. Behind the cockpit of the 43, so for the uninitiated, this is what you see. Maybe your mirrors work. Mine do when I turn the graphics on. I don't know why they're off, but yep. Whole lot of not anything next to you, so it is definitely hard to see drivers to the sides. Too much behind you. They got a virtual mirror that they're looking at, but yeah, no, this is our little 3-way scuffle currently. Going to make it 4 is Bob Gray right to the back of the 43 machine. The Air Force rocket. On Ryan's working there in P5 as well. Can't count the 9 ride out. Link from Bob again, nothing crazy, although hopefully the draft still counts, Sean says to himself when the car doesn't exist. Also, hi, Tom. Yeah, yep. That makes sense. Separate config. Done that. Get some more RAM for the old computer. Running on 16, I think 32. Much nicer number for me. Shot in the wall there a little bit. I'm not sure if that was in reaction to Bob blinking or what, but I'm on a limb and say that it certainly didn't help. pretty spread out. Battle. Cab is probably Bill White now in P2. Leighton in P3. Moment. Bill was one of the cars that started to go backwards sooner than later, though. Interested to see how that goes. I'm not totally sold on the fact that we'll have another caution this race. I was honestly surprised we had the one that we did. But I believe the fuel factor has been eliminated. I would assume that now if there was any issue with getting the race done, 75 laps in a single tank, after taking upper 20s to about 30 laps off of that, probably safer than not. Yeah, this is definitely going to be our battle here for the moment. I think as Leighton is going to continue to put Will White under pressure. Best of his ability. Bob sitting in 4th with Sean. P5, Brian Beeman and Thornton Thomas, 6th and 7th, respectively. 8th. Wayne chilling out back there in 9th. Watching his gauges and keeping an eye on that front end damage, although I bet there is a pretty good chance that he did get everything prepared that he wanted to there. Michigan's a big track, so it'll take them a while to get a lap done under caution. Perfect for this scenario there. Tell the guys to make sure that that radiator is not overheating. Definitely not want that to happen. That's happened to me once or twice. Actually, I think it happened to me once. I think the second time it happened, I think I knew it was happening. The first time it surprised me, and there's nothing worse than a surprise blown engine. Did in a street stock at Charlotte after I had some front end damage, and of course in the rookies, you know, no cautions, so you just keep going. But pay attention to that water temp gauge. And when that went through the sky, engine went with it soon after. Race car hot, no go vroom no more, go bang. So that. But currently, 3 Musketeers at the front. Corey Abbott continuing to lead. Now I'm certain he's probably at this point a good candidate for most laps led. It's probably down to him or Leighton. If Will wants to get his hat in the ring on that one, I think he's going to have to get to the lead here sooner, and he may be listening to me because to the inside of the 7 he goes. Sends it deep, and he has it. If he can carry enough speed on corner exit to hold it, I'm going to say that he does, although Corey is there on the bumper. Skirts to the inside. That was a move from Corey there to get it right back. Not sure if it'll take, though. That little wobble might have taken too much momentum off the 7 car. I don't know if he can pass here. Nope, he's going to fall back in line. Got a little order switch here as Bill now takes the lead. Corey second, Leighton third. Leighton might just be looking to try to get himself in the though. It's all over Corey's bumper. Still though, pretty great drive out of these 3. Yeah. Back through here, it looks like we've got a great battle for currently, I believe, 7th place between Emily and Thornton. That's Emily putting the move on Thornton as if Thornton was behind Brian the last time we checked in. So thinking that's the case. These 2 are having their little squabble at the moment. Emily definitely able to manage tires a bit better than Thornton was on the long run last tire stint, so we'll see what happens this stint. Like I said, I don't foresee a huge chance for cautions in this one, so I really think that this might be remaining 33 laps or so to the end of the race here. Might be green ones, flag ones, so that in mind, these guys really, they got to be careful to your tires. They got to be nice. This car isn't a whole lot better. I was hoping with all of his patience, staying in here and hanging out with us tonight, that his car could get fixed up and he could get out there, but with a blown motor and a right front missing in the pits for quite some time, that is not a quick fix. Leighton now taking a little bit of a jab at the 43 car. Bill White's going to hold it strong on the outside for the moment. Leighton is tucked in behind. Take another look to the inside this time. Actually going to move down to block that move. Had it off for the moment. Exit though, I don't think it's best. Now Corey to the outside of a Leighton. Leighton followed the leader. Corey right to the back bumper of Will, trying to make his 43 machine about as wide as he can right now. In front of these two, Leighton had a little bit of a wobble there. He's going to file in. He got a little bit loose there in the middle of the corner. Saved it very easily. Could take a little bit of speed off the 12 machines, so I have to see how he recovers. But Will definitely can't rest because Corey is there. He wants his spot back, I think, so playing a little bit of peekaboo in the mirror there. Pretty great racing from these two guys up here. Good looking stuff, sure. Peek back through the field real quick, just important. Retained his spot. Emily and everybody else pretty much single file for the moment. Sean's falling out. Oh! Oh!
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
That's not what we wanted to see.
Sorry, William. I wasn't trying to get into you. I just didn't think you were going to check out that much.
No, no, man. My tires are shot.
Gosh, that is just the tiniest of little bumps.
He's frozen 3.
Well, I have to say, gents, that was a heck of a job by both of you to save it. I only threw the caution because I saw how slow Will was going with the other guys coming, and I just thought it would be smart to throw it, but iRacing might not have actually thrown a caution there. It's such a small tap, though. That's so unfortunate. I really don't want to banish Corey to the Shadow Realms for this one, just because just the tiniest little oops. Ugh. Hit game on. That go. Bob flies out in front of everybody. Interesting. Hey, drivers, caution was caused by contact between the 7 and the 43. 7 car makes the slightest of contact with the back of the 43 machine. We're entering, I believe, turn 3, possibly turn, possibly turn 1. One of those odd ones, so enter corner. And this one's a tough one because it's right on the border, but the fact that this is how the warning system works and what it was purposely built for, I would try to be warning drivers from doing things that I don't see fit. I do not think anything that Corey did is outside the realm of what any driver would do normally, as Will did check up a little bit, and iRacing did not, in fact, even throw that caution, as neither car actually spun. They just got slow, and I didn't want a 9-car field to have a 7-car pileup for no reason. So for all of these reasons combined, I am going to issue this one as a racing incident, and I am not going to penalize the 7-car for causing that slight contact. And talk about that after the race if anybody sees differently, guys. That's a tough one, but I mean, there's a difference between hard contact at a bumper to move somebody and what Corey did, which was just almost not even expect the 43 car to flip up as he did in the middle of the corner. And you know when somebody is starting to be spun out and the car that's spinning him does not clear his rear bumper sideways, you know that the car behind did not intend to make the contact in the first place. So a lot of reasons led to that decision. Ultimately, I'm happy with it. I get that there's a lot of similar calls that go the other way this season, but that's just how I see it. You're just going to argue now because you can. Okay. Fair enough, 10-4. But that's just how I see it. So that's how I calls it. But we're about to get under green either way. So Bob, Air Force 21 machine, is going to lead us to the green flag.
Green
on
flag,
this one.
green flag.
Waits until the actual green. That actually probably stunned the field more than anything. Single file on the front row. Corey clears a Leighton side, and Bob takes the lead now with fresh tires and the lead. It'll be really interesting to see what the 21 machine does. I almost wonder if he had taken less tires.
Sorry, there, I missed my shift.
Oh my goodness, Bob's in the wall. Corey to the outside, Will to the inside, a block of 4. They go into turn 3, the first lap back. We are lap 50, so 25 to go at the line here. Reference that was a joke. Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate it, because I was a little nervous about that being a crap call. But, well, 9 cars in the race, and there's 5 of them. Unbelievably close racing here. Oh my gosh, these fresh tire restarts are crazy at Michigan. I love it. I love it, man. Bob Gray, commanding lead to the inside. Corey defending a hard-charging William White to the inside, like their contact never happened. Leighton defending Thornton Thomas. Where the heck did that 64 car come from? New signs of life being breathed in the 74 as we cross the 50-lap marker here. Brian Beeman hanging out just behind these two. Peek back. We've got Brian, Sean, Wayne, and Emily back there. Bob still at the moment, though, a very commanding lead at the front. Is there still too wide? I'm not quite sure. Yes, will clear Corey. Leighton will go to the inside of the 7 machine. They come in the corner. These guys are just not done shifting positions yet. We are going to have a downright knockdown drag-out for who leads the most laps this race. If Bob manages to sneak away for 10 or 15 or so laps here, guys, it's going to come right down to it. Leighton's got some, Corey's got some, Will's got some, and now Bob's getting him some. Crazy, crazy racing. Behind these 4, Thornton, Sean, and Brian, single file. the back, Wade and Emily back there a little ways as well. Then, of course, Ed Miller and Will and Rempe still are sitting in the pits. Will can get out there soon. 4 laps in before his race is over. Layton, clear of Will White. I'm going to start working the inside of Bob Gray. A little bit of a blink there. Layton does have his quarter panel for the moment. I almost wonder if Bob did not change left side tires. Don't know how he got out in front as far as he did, unless he just had this amazing pit stop. But I mean, he smoked everybody out of the pits. Almost would have benefited if it was under green flag stops for the amount of distance that he created. There from the 21 machine, but still definitely there. Still defending the outside. 12, Will White right there as well. Corey Abbott.
Sorry about that.
A bit behind. I'm going to back up here to. I had missed. I don't. That was. Bob's now fighting back on the outside. He will actually lead that lap. On a Layton, they go too wide into turn 1. Bob's still blinking occasionally. Internet, such a good race. I'd hate for you to ruin it. Still 2x2 on the outside. Bob holding strong a Layton, fighting hard on the inside. Will and Corey getting ever closer. Each turn that these guys take, suboptimal lines. Layton does finally have Bob clear for the moment. No, I think Bob's back to the quarter. 12 car. And we'll definitely have him cleared here on corner exit, no matter how much of a run Bob has. We'll look to the inside of Bob, but there was nothing there, so he had to back off for the moment. Bob is all over the back end of that 12 car. I think their bumpers almost touched there. Now Will to the inside of the 21. They're going to go too wide for the moment. Links from one. Now the only car outside lane is where he's lined up with Will on the inside. A Layton is clear. Starting to add back to his laps led. Bonus points this week. Corey all the way to the bottom. He is going to tuck it just underneath the 43 car. Just to the inside. Is there. Thornton is just behind these guys as well. Careful though, we still have another 15 laps to go. When you use these tires up now, we're going to be falling off towards the end of the race. Very concerning. Like I said before, I didn't think we were going to get that second yell. I didn't think we were going to get the first one. So now Corey is going to sit back. Thornton is going to send to the bottom. Bob's still running his top line. Layton starting to pull a little bit of a gap on the 21 machine. Not a big one. Across the line to begin lap 60 of 75. Quarry tight, 2x2. Thornton will get the job done and clear. Further back, we've got Brian Beeman and Sean Ryan. Kind of sitting back, biding their time. 6th and 7th accordingly. Further back, we'll have Emily, Wayne, 8th and 9th. Fortunately, I don't believe Will or Ben have been able to get their cars back out on the track. That heavy damage sustained in that late lap 20s incident there, but oh, Will White's in the wall big time. Oh man, that is big time in the wall on the 43 machine. He has lost everything. All the way to the back. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose 7th. Sean. 6th, I'm sorry, from Sean. Now be taking that spot. Corey now puts a move on Thornton. Thornton is running very hard. Side trying to get a move on Corey. Stay too wide just in front of them. Bob. It's a little bit further ahead of Leighton.
Car high.
There was a car low, too.
I didn't go down, dude.
The chattiness there between the 64 and the 7. 100% certain what had happened there. Kind of interested enough to back up just a little bit as it looks like Bob's actually taking the lead from a Leighton here. Let's take a look at. Oh man, Thornton definitely wobbled up the track there into Corey. Bob Gray back out in the lead of this race for the moment. That outside line working really well for the 21 car. Winding down now, close to 10 laps to go. Spectate the 21 as he blink on me occasionally and the camera can't follow his car, not there. Two very intense battles going on currently as Bob outside to defend from Leighton. Corey, who is now right up on the back of the 64 machine. Ryan sitting there ready to strike as well, and Will White has pulled ahead of Sean Ryan, who is now under fire from Emily Mather. I wonder if Sean's maybe got some of that aero damage there. I'm not 100% how all that works out for him. I've seen him touch the wall a couple times. And Bob and Leighton are so close. Great racing between these two. Just so bummed that Bob is blinking on me. But he's having a heck of a race regardless. But Corey is now clear of the 64 car, and they're swatching positions back and forth. Crazy. Blocking high, blocking low. Ryan's catching them both as they do it. But they aren't really falling too far off the pace of the front two as well, as those guys have been too wide for a good bit. I don't think Corey or Thornton have dug themselves too big of a hole here, but we are inside of 10 laps to go now as we hit lap 66 of 75. Well, if there was ever something to be done, it's getting pretty gosh darn close to the time to do it. But Corey has separated himself from the 64 machine. Set his sights on the back bumper of 12 and the 21 as they continue to have their little squabble up at the front here. Further back, Emily Mather has now cleared Sean as Sean is the wall there a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he did get awfully tight there. As far as tires are seeing better days at the moment. It's unfortunate. Looking forward to him getting up here tonight and competing, but this wasn't in the cards. Can't do it every race. It's totally okay, though. Still number one in my book, Sean. I don't know how much that counts for, but my books have a lot of number ones. Love my drivers. Back to too wide. Front here. Bob and Leighton going at it. Like, Bob is Leighton's kryptonite right now, as Leighton just cannot Look at this 21 car, and all of this back and forth has allowed Corey to put himself in a great position to be here right at the end of this show. Oh, Thornton's in the wall. Hard. Brian Beeman's going to get around him, and so is Will White. Not what he wanted to see either. And now Corey to the outside of a Leighton. 7 car is putting moves on the 12. Is winding down, folks. Got 7 laps to go at the line there. And Corey's got a heck of a mid-corner and exit right now. He found something. I don't know what he found. That 7 car is moving. Leighton fell off a little bit there, fighting him for sure. We'll see if the 12 car can fight back with a little bit of bottom groove that he has been running. Bob holding his lead for the moment. Linking definitely not making it super comfortable for anybody behind him to manage, but it's definitely not his fault. Eliminate that. It's the only thing. I wish you could eliminate that, and then it would be fine. But hey, it's there. You guys got to deal with it, so. He is now going to try to pull up side of the 21 car. Leighton tried this with no success. Corey holding the quarter panel for the moment, just barely. Have to send it deep. Well, Leighton swings it wide, but has to back off mid-corner. Is it? We have 5 to go, folks. 5 laps to go. Heck of a 3-car breakaway battle here at the front as Corey is doing everything he can to try to make that bottom work. Just can't seem to get any edge on Bob. It's holding strong on the outside. That was a deep send there by Corey. That's the closest he's been. He's there. Had to lift off just a little bit, though. I think he lost a lot of his momentum, but be a little side draft. No, Bob is still going to clear him back, and the Leighton now is going to charge the bottom. Oh, he's going to fall back in line as well. Corey trying everything he can on the bottom, trying to will this 7 car to get off the corner on the bottom and pull up next to the 21 car. He's struggling so hard to find exit speed. Trying to find some way to get around the 21. It's holding so steady on the top line. Three laps to go now. We had to back it down big time there. Middle of the corner, he is now falling off a little bit, and he's got a Leighton all up in his mirror. Imagine those 7 cars' tires are screaming right now. Trying just absolutely can to get around Bob. They can pull up on him pretty easy, but they can't complete the pass. Come to the line here, 2 laps to go. Up seems to have pretty darn good distance held at the moment. Scott second. He's starting to form a little bit of an island of Leighton. Starting to waver a little bit from the back of his bumper. Brian working his way up. Will's in 5th. Emily in P6. Thornton P7. Wayne in P8. Sean Ryan now all the way back in the 9th. He's struggling. His car. Go, white flag. White flag for the 21. Leighton is going under attack by Brian Veman. Corey trying a last-ditch effort to the inside. Nothing going for the 7 machine. As you see just behind them, a heck of a battle going on for P3 at the moment as Brian's giving Leighton everything he can. One final corner. Bob to the outside, feeds it the gas. Corey gonna pull up just shy.
Well, that sucks.
So
Win, Robert.
close.
Long decision.
Brian is gonna get it away from where'd Leighton go?
Leighton, what happened?
The heck?
Ran out of gas.
Oh no! Oh my gosh. Leighton going into third corner. Just has no throttle. Oh my gosh. It's so unfortunate. Such a great race all the way up until that point. Yeah. Orton does just barely edge of Leighton out. Oh man, that's gutting. Corey ran the absolute heart out, but he just could not get around Bob. Fortunately, like I said, was only there probably 75% of the time. Yeah, Leighton, that really sucks, man. I'm gutted for you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Race Labs. Even with an extra lap or two of margin, underfueled me.
Corey, that was a heck of a try, bud. Bob, that was a great win, man. I wanted to step in and all race. I wanted to mention the slight blinking, but it just never got quite bad enough. I don't know if that was bugging anybody or not, and if it was, I apologize, but I don't really know how to handle that if it's not, you know, them only there 50% of the time. But it seemed to get worse as the race went on, so that's a tough call for me. I apologize for that, but otherwise it's really, really fun to watch you guys racing up front, really close. Corey, you're scary when you're mad. That's all I'm saying. That was a heck of a drive there at the end, man. Good stuff, guys.
I think my repairs are done. Can I get back out there?
I was saying about 3 or 4 times, I was like, man, I hope Will can go back out and drive so that he gets rewarded for staying this whole time. That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry for you.
43 minutes.
That'll do it. Hey, what's up, Drew? Yeah, not like this. No, that sucked for Leighton. That really sucked. Bob's still out there burning it down. I can see it to the fence for it. I think this is his first win in ARCA for Downshift, as far as I know. Big donuts from the 21 machine, well deserved. A heck of a race. Pulled himself out of clutches starting in the midfield. Had a heck of a second pit stop. I don't know what his secret was there at the end to get in front of everybody like he did, but that was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, hats off to you, Bob. That was beautiful. I see folks are heading out now. Track here to lap. Well deserved. Well, thanks everybody for joining. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did, because I sure as heck enjoyed that one. That was some awesome, awesome racing. So for me, here at Downshift Esports, getting it done, week 6. Tomorrow night we have Xfinity coming to the same place, right back to Michigan, for a little lap showdown in the sun with some AI. Not 100% sure how that one will make it onto the channel. If it does, might broadcast it, might race it. It happens way. Try to do something. And then we've got the Dirt Street Stocks. Friday, we are at USA International. Hey, I know that track. The one that's not USA International in the setups. So, interesting rest of the week. Be a lot of fun though, guys. Thanks for coming out. You guys all have a fantastic evening.